Another beat junkie, short shot.
Okay, gang. Okay, gang. Okay, gang. DJ Melo-D.
I chant eeny, meeny, miny, mo. I wreck the mic like a pimp shows. Here's how it goes. I am a genius. I mean this. I shape this. You'll tape this. I'm kind of fiendish. You wish that you could come into my neighborhood. Meaning in my mental state. Still, I'm 5'8". Crazy as I wanna be, cause I make it orderly. You could say I'm sort of the boss, so get lost. The brother who will make you change opinions. Dominions, I'm in them when it's time to kick shit from the heart. Cause I get a piece of the action. Feeling satisfaction from the street crowd reaction. Chumps pull guns when they feel afraid. Too late, when they dip in the kick, they get sprayed. Lemonade was a popular drink, and it still is. I get more props and stunts than Bruce Willis. A poet like Langston Hughes, and can't lose when I cruise. Out on the expressway, leaving the bodega, I say suave. Premier's got more beats than Bonds got hay. Clips are inserted into my gun, so I can take the money, never have to run.
Oh yeah, it's another beat junkie sound featuring J-Rock, Babu, Rec-Matic, Melo-D. Oh yeah, it's another beat junkie sound featuring J-Rock, Babu, Rec-Matic, Melo-D. Sure. Oh yeah, it's another beat junkie sound featuring J-Rock, Babu, Rec-Matic, Melo-D. Shortcut, Mr. Chop, Curse, Havoc, and Icy Ice. The beat junkie sound.
You're checking out Homeroom with the Beat Junkies crew. You're checking out Homeroom. You're checking out Homeroom with the Beat Junkies crew.
Hey, hey, the beat junkie sound has got to be the short shot. Nice and smooth has got to be the short shot. The beat junkie's got to be the short shot. Nice and smooth has got to be the short shot. Greg Nice, Greg in the CE, Domino Basso, we rock for a fee, not for free, but I rip down for the beat junkies. Now my employer or my employee, making Greg and ICE very MAD. Don't ever think of jerking me. I work too hard for my royalty. Get sliced and scratched by the beat junkies. Ooh la la, we and say Muhammad Ali. Say Cassius Clay. On the turntables, them boys don't play. It's alright if you wanna make a sway on my way uptown. Took the deuce to the tray. I originate this the plate. I praise the Lord and keep the faith. Beat junkies got break beats all up in the crate. 92, a whole lot of years later. Beat junkie sound, take me out with the fader.
You're checking out Homeroom with the Beat Junkies crew.
Testing, mic check, 1 2 2 1 2 2. What's good, everybody? Welcome back to Homeroom. It's the Beat Junkie sound in your area on a Saturday. My name is Melo-D. Oh, hold up. And of course, you guys know how it goes down. Blue Moon Saturdays up in here. This is episode 9, Homeroom. And let me log into the chat real quick, see what's good. Switch accounts. All right. You guys know this jam right here? Anybody know about this one? Turn it up a little bit. All right. Welcome back, everybody. How's everybody doing today? Let's see what we got going on in the chat. Sorry, it took me a second. I had to log into the Beat Junkies account. All right, who we got? Who's rocking? Let's see, we got Jam DP. Aloha, aloha back to you. You from Hawaii? Tuning in from Hawaii? We ready? Yes, sir. True Music Lightning, Copious One, back again. Peace to you. Silos, yes. Always holding it down. Back with us once again. Dontel, yes, sir. Carl Get-em. All right, that's a new name right there. Welcome to you, Carl. Carl says he just got his training wax in. He's ready to go. Yep, we're going to be working with some of those tools today, so that came right on time for you. We got Pinjo77, Rock On, Neptune Blues. B's got her beers ready to go. What's up, B? Sash is here. Dewick Acapella. Yep, that was at the beginning of the show. Followed up by a special Beat Junkies dub plate version. Exclusive Beat Junkie sound remix right there. Yeah. Lon Lee. All right. Partying in Zamunda. All right, man. Rock on. Ken J. Who else? DJ Marquis is back. John Kahn, welcome to you. Mad Mike, what's up, Mad Mike? Who else we got? Love Beach. The Beach Junkies are here. Love Beats. All right. Wolf Pup. Hi, Wolf Pup. Mr. Chalk, my brother. Yes, sir. All right. Let me read some of these comments. I'm shouting everybody. Compose, welcome back again. All right. Yep, Dontel, that's right. Dontel and I did a private lesson via Skype a couple weeks ago. And, I'm not going to disclose what we got into. That's DJ client privilege right there. But, yes, we're scheduled for another one, Dontel. Yes, indeed, we are. And I've been keeping pretty busy on the private lesson tip. I did one yesterday for about an hour and a half with an 11-year-old girl just starting out DJing. She's working off of a controller, so we were able to kind of get her up and running and just talk to her about kind of some of the necessary steps when you're first starting out. I did one with my man Dontel. I had one on Thursday afternoon with another DJ out in New York. I got another one tomorrow. So yeah, it's good. It's good to be keeping busy over here during this quarantine time. I've done a couple of those in the past, but now that everyone's, we're all experiencing this lockdown together, I feel like everyone's really taking advantage and making use of the time. So once again, all of us, not just myself, but all the Beat Junkies, the whole crew, you can get information at beatjunkies.com. beatjunkiesound.com or beatjunkies.tv, and you can book with any one of the Beat Junkies there, myself, Melo-D, Babu, Mr. Chalk, Retmatic, J-Rock, D Styles. Shortcut may or may not even be available to help out with these. So again, like I always say, we're an open book. Anything you guys want to learn and or discuss, we're here for you. So by all means, if you're curious about anything or you're having some trouble areas or there's certain techniques, scratches, or anything, again, kind of just away from the actual hardware that you want to discuss or you feel like you want to improve on, we're here for you. So by all means, holler at us and book that private lesson. And we enjoy those as well. It's always nice and healthy for us as DJs, as instructors, to kind of just, revisit and review. And, it keeps us on our side kind of thinking about, kind of ways to approach and to help teach and help you guys learn whatever it is you're trying to master. So, again, always healthy on both sides. So, yeah. DJ Quake, what's up to you? Yeah. Fat Body Salami, yep. That's how it goes down. This is my first beer. I woke up super late today. I don't know what was wrong with me. I went to sleep early last night, and I woke up early, helped the kids with breakfast for like 15 minutes, and I fell back asleep, and I was out. But yeah, it's gonna be a good day over here. I'm rested up. So yep, I got my Blue Moon ready to go. Got some salty snacks on deck. I might just order a pizza or something later. I don't know. I'm just gonna eat a bunch of junk food today. Saturdays is like my one day to just kind of go in, be myself. And during the week, I've been pretty good, keeping it pretty eating pretty clean, staying healthy, exercising. My wife bought me a nice little home gym setup, so I've been taking advantage of that. So, and it's good. So it's Saturdays is kind of like something that I've been looking forward to. Plus, I get to hang out with all you good folks. So, Fat Fingers, damn, what's up, homeboy? You're in the house today. That's right. Shout out to Fat Fingers, killer DJ out in New York City, NYC, New York City. Yeah, all right. My man Rhett the big dog himself, he's in here. Babu is in here. Man, the whole crew's in the house. D-Style's probably in here somewhere, for sure, under some type of intergalactic alias. That's how he rolls. J-Rock may or may not be in here. J-Rock's a night owl himself, so never quite know with him. McLusky, what's up, man? Hugo, peace to you. All right. All right, guys, so you guys know how it goes down. We're going to start with our scratch warm-up. We're going to go bar for bar. Let me get a nice, easy beat loaded up for us here. And let's see. We will use our aw sound. So everybody load up your aw sound, including me. I need to do that too. But first things first. Get a beat. There we go. All right. So that's that. And then everybody go ahead and load up your aw sound. So. Boom. Okay, cool. And for those of you that are new, I did see a few new names and faces in here this morning. So yeah, for those of you that are new, we usually work off of, these are always helpful. This cable, this is an 1/8 inch cable out to an RCA, standard RCA output. So whether you're on your laptop, an iPad, or a desktop, let me adjust my mic. You guys hear me okay? I feel like the mic is hit or miss sometimes. So anyhow, like I was saying, so yeah, an 1/8 inch jack to RCA output, and you run the 1/8 inch end of the cable out of your desktop, your laptop, your iPad, or your mobile device, and you're simply going to run the RCA end of the cable into either the auxiliary input of your mixer or an open line. And then once you do that, you'll be able to scratch along with me and just go ahead and you'll just need to adjust your volumes. Usually you're going to have to turn up the end of the RCA input in about 2 or 3 notches just to kind of level out the audio with your scratch turntable. And that's how we do here at Homeroom for the Q&A exercise. All right, so if you guys are ready to get busy with the warm-up scratch drill, throw me a beer emoji in the chat, because that's how we're doing it today. Who's drinking with me out there? Anybody? I know it's early. It's still early for me. Like I said, I woke up not too long ago. So let me know if you guys are ready. B's good. Rhett, Rhett's having a cold one? All right. Alex, what's up, man? Yeah. Babu. Babu's not much of a drinker, but he's always good for some alien emojis and some flames. Whew. That's a cold line right there, Babs. All right. Enhanced. All right. Yeah, and for those of you that are enhanced, you know, it's all about personal preference, kind of like we say with scratching. So there's no right or wrong. Me personally, this is kind of my enhancement of choice. Occasionally I will indulge with my crew and other forms of enhancements. But this afternoon, enjoying a blue moon. All right. All right, B's here. Yeah, we got some folks ready. All right, so let's go ahead and fire it up. Enough yapping. Let's kick it off. All right, welcome back, guys. This is Homeroom. I am Melo-D. We're going to start off with our scratch warm-up drill. You guys know the routine. I'm going to scratch for 1 bar. 1, 2, 3, 4. You guys are going to do your best to copy the scratch that I just put forward, okay? And this is how we do it. Here we go.
You check it out Homeroom. You check it out Homeroom with the Beat Junkies crew.
Here we go. It goes like this. 5, 6, 7, 8. Baby scratches to start off. Warm it up. Okay, let's do some long and short. Easy. 4 long, 4 short. All right, let's mix it up. 2 and 2. Okay, let's alternate 1 and 1. Check it out. Still a total of 8. Okay, let's pick it up a little bit. Again. And 1 more. Okay, let's freak out a little bit. Hit that break at the end. Okay, warming it up. One more. Okay, now let's do the push. Push at the end. One more. Okay, a little faster now. Baby scratch. Still with the break at the end. One more time. You guys got this. Straightforward. Okay, now let's hit that push. Same scratch. Keep the timing sharp. Keep in time with the beat. All right, here we go. Chirps. Simple, the most very basic. Same thing, keep it sharp. Okay, let's pick it up a little bit. Here we go. Consistent hand strokes on this one. Okay, now let's mix it up. Long, short. Again. All right, listen up. long, too short, and repeat. Chirping. Sharp. All right, here we go. Hyper chirp. Short strokes. One more time. Woo, blue moon's kicking in. Let's go. Mix up the long and shorts. Keep it going. And one more time. All right, let's scale back. Some releases. Take a little breather. 2 times. Take a little breather. 2 times. Super clean. Keep them clean. With a break. All right, let's pick it up. Okay, let's mix up the releases and the breaks. Release, break, release, break. All right, let's pick it up. Five notes. Still alternating the releases and the breaks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All 3 now. Release, push, release, break. Release, push, release, break. All right, here we go. A little faster. You can do it. One more time. All right, do some tears. 2 times. We'll skip the slow one. Let's get into it. You guys already know the scratch. 3 times. All right, let's go 4 times now. 4 ball. Four times. One more time. All right, let's take out the silence now. Continuous. 5 times. 5 tears. All right, let's try something different. A release tear. Same flow. Okay, lift your hand off the record slightly. Same scratch. Okay, we'll do 4 more of those. Okay, you gotta control it. Keep that hand stealth-like, low to the record, low to the ground. One more time. Let's combine those now. A push and a release tear. 5 tears. Try it out. All right, one more round. 4 more. I want you guys to get this one. Hair is such a dope scratch. Everybody should be able to rock this one. And one more. All right, let's kick it up. Here we go. With the release at the end. Okay, let's reshape that with a slice. Let's use the fader. Sounds a little bit different. Takes on a slightly different shade. Okay, let's try both. So that's a push and a release tear with the fader. A few more. And stop. Whew. All right. All right. How'd that go for everybody? Talk to me in the chat. Whew. Yeah. Take a little sip. Yeah. Where's mine now? All right. Sigma44 says, I wonder if Melo-D knows the angry old man scratch. Whew. Never heard that one before. But if that's a legit scratch, I'm always up for learning a new one, so maybe I can dig that one off the internet somewhere. Neptune Blues says, dope track. Yeah, that beat, or I don't know which one you're talking about, but that's, if you guys were talking about that beat, that's by our guy Toadstyle right there. Shout out to Toadstyle on this one. He's got really dope scratch beats, man. I need to reach out to him, actually, get some more. Oh, speaking of dope scratch beats, yo, real quick. So I don't know if you guys saw yesterday, our very own Babu, aka the Turntablist, he released an exclusive for all you guys out there that are members of our record pool. Babs, he has a new looper coming out, a scratch looper called the Uber Duper Duck Looper, right? So he released, pre-released 4 really hot loops, scratch loops. We can use one of them for the cool down later today. But those are available exclusively at beatjunkies.com. So if you missed them and you remember, you can go check yesterday's releases, which was April 17th. It should be somewhere on the first page. But he put out 4 really dope loops, kind of like in that halftime, double time range, using just some classic joints. So yeah, make sure you guys go scoop those. Those probably aren't going to come out for the time being. I know right now Babs' app is currently in development, so I'm sure he can speak more to that on his next class. But yeah, make sure you guys go get those loops. Really fun beats to scratch too. Shout out to my man Babu. Go get those beats. All right. Oh yeah, thank you, Los. And also tomorrow. I'm losing track of the days. What day is it, man? Saturday. Duh. Tomorrow, Sunday, April the 19th at 5 p.m. PST. All of us, the entire crew, we're going to be doing a special edition of Building Better DJs, our podcast on a Zoom chat. And it's going to be live, and we'll be fielding questions. We'll do like some Q&A stuff. We'll be talking to all you guys. So if anybody that wants to tune in, we're going to be posting all that up on our socials pretty much all day today, just kind of spreading the word a little bit. So that's tomorrow, 5 p.m. PST, going down on Zoom. So that's the whole crew, Babu, J-Rock, Retmatic, Mr. Chalk, D-Styles, and myself, Melo-D. If you guys want to jump in with us and on the check-in tip, see how everybody's doing out there. So yeah, that's tomorrow at 5 p. Our spring sale is still going down at beatjunkies.com. 25% off all merchandise that we have in stock. Use the coupon code SPRINGAGAIN. I goofed that up last time, but the coupon code is SPRINGAGAIN. And just enter that coupon code at checkout and you will get 25% off of everything in your cart. That's going on for the entire month of April and probably, for the duration of the quarantine, of the lockdown. Again, we're just, trying to do what we can to kind of just work with everybody financially and not trying. There's some people out there that are just gouging right now, and I don't know, that's just not our stilo. So anyways, anybody that is looking for anything, save a few dollars. That's 25% off, which is a pretty good deal. Our 2-for-1 deal is still going on also as well. You buy a year at beatjunkies.com, the record pool, you get a free year of beatjunkies.tv. So now might actually be a really good time to do that because we're going to have some more details for you guys soon. But Homeroom is actually going to be moving to beatjunkies.tv. So I think we're doing this for free, kind of for like another week or so. We've been working pretty much daily behind the scenes to try and figure out the most feasible way to bring this to you guys at one of our existing platforms. So it's looking like beatjunkies.tv is going to be the new home for Homeroom. And again, we'll have some more announcements and all that good stuff for you guys soon. So again, shout out to everybody. It's really dope to see just a lot of regs in here, man. On the daily, not just with my class, but everybody. I'm always tuning in to the whole crew. I'm catching everybody's class. I'm scratching along like you guys are out there, and this is great. It's just a really great way to just keep ourselves sharp, just kind of exercise. Again, make the most of the downtime. And at the end of this quarantine, I feel like all of us in this room, we're gonna come out 4 or 5x. Sharper, doper, tighter than we were when all this started, and probably have some new tricks up our sleeves. So hope you guys are enjoying this just as much as we are. I know that I've personally learned a few new things. I've been able to practice a lot more, just being at home more, not having to deal with kind of my everyday kind of run around routine, whether that be personal or business. So it is kind of nice in that regard to just be home and have this time, like I said, just to really dive in and focus. So. But yeah, Miguel Mendez says, thanks for the free streams. You're most welcome, sir. Cheers to you. All right. Remedy, bonjour, Melo-D, C-A-V-A. Yes. All right. Cheers, man. Viva la France. All right. Watching this is better than cable. Thank you, Rusty P. Mac. All right. What you guys drinking out there? Anybody sipping on an IPA? I was thinking of going IPA, but whew, man. IPA and a half, 2 IPAs. Phew. That'll do you in. Sorry, you guys can probably hear my kids. They're out there playing Mario Brothers Classic. We keep it classic in my house. Strictly the classics. I don't play none of the new stuff for my kids. I force feed 80s and 90s music down their throats all day. I don't believe in much of that new nonsense. There's quality stuff out there, but most of it is trash. All right. Any online poker? No. I've never really been an online poker guy. My forte has always been I'm a live player, meaning that I like to sit at the table with actual other human beings. Online, it's just more like you're just kind of clicking buttons, and for me, it's different for everybody, but one of the things I most enjoy about the game is just the social element, the social aspect to it, and the cool thing about that is that every time you sit down at a table, you're sitting down with pretty much 8 different personalities, 8 new people every time. And, you sit down long enough initially when you sit down, for those of you that don't play, it's like walking into a room for the first time, or jumping into an elevator. It's kind of awkward at first, no one knows anybody, but, you sit long enough, 2, 3, 4 hours, people start to loosen up, open up, you get to chatting kind of we're doing here. But yeah, sometimes, we drink at the table, and it's just a fun game. And beyond that, the strategy, is really another thing that I've always really just has fascinated me about the game. Is just that there's so many layers to it on so many levels. I could go on, and but yeah, poker is definitely that's my hobby outside of DJing. That's the one thing I do. That's pretty much the only thing I do outside of music. But yeah, now is not the time. The casino is not the place to be, and I don't know. It's going to be a long while. As much as I enjoy it, it's not that serious. So I don't know. It's not going anywhere. So, but no, to answer your question, I'm not an online guy. Hey Melo, do you own any flexi discs, small paper-like vinyl? I had some of those as a kid. I'm kind of dating myself right now, but when I was a kid, some of the cereal boxes, you would get those flexi discs. They would come like, you know, you get like a prize or a toy, like when you bought like the jumbo box of cereal or whatever. I had like 2 or 3, and I just kind of misplaced them, or I don't know what happened to them over the years. But those are the ones I had. Those are pretty hard to come by. I know that some artists and whatnot have done, some record labels have done kind of special edition plexi discs. And so they're out there, but currently I do not have any in my collection. I mean, unless they're, like I said, just hidden away somewhere. Beat Chunky Night at Commerce Casino, yeah. D-Styles plays. The rest of the fellas don't play. But me and D-Styles, yeah. Yeah, we play once in a while. You need an NES Mini Melo-D. NES. What does NES stand for? True Music. I'm missing something here. Neptune Blues asks, where do you source M447 needles since Shure discontinued it? G-Con in Japan. Yeah, you know, I've been hearing that the G-Con needles are pretty much the closest thing, you know, next to the Shures. I personally haven't had a chance to try them. We worked very closely with Shure for a decade plus, the Junkies, and so they were really, really good to us over the years and just continually laced us. So me personally, I have a pretty good, I guess, kind of backstock of needles here. And I mean, even though I do, I try and take care of the ones that I do have. I actually just put a new pair on these guys, on my 1200s here, about a month ago, just because one of mine was kind of just done, my right one, just because I use it so much for scratching. But yeah, I put a new pair on, and I don't know. I know that you can probably, you know, if you really, really want to cop a pair, you can probably find some on eBay or Craigslist or something, but I imagine you're going to pay a super duper premium just because everybody knows kind of, you know, how rare those are now. So they're likely to charge you much more. Yeah, I couldn't speak on the Chico. Yeah. All right, what else is going on? Gooseman23 asks, any tutorials on scratch intros for mixtapes? You know, that's a really good question. Me personally, I've always just, you know, over the years, I've tended to be just very methodical about, you know, anything, whether it's a routine or a mixtape or a scratch intro. I've always found that the hardest part is that first step. Like just, you know, coming up with something that you feel good about leading off with. So whether that's a break, a sample, a vocal intro of something, you kind of, I've always found that once you kind of get past that first step, like finding, like I said, that one piece that you feel good about, like, all right, I can build something around this, everything else kind of falls into place. Because I think really for all of us, we kind of have an idea of what we want it to sound like, or I want to do a 16-bar scratch solo using this specific sound. It's just a matter of, like I said, kind of building up, kind of building around the main concept that you have, you know. So I always feel like, you know, my biggest hurdle has always been, like I said, that first step, whether it's, you know, well, like I said, it could be any number of things, you know. But once you get past that, and again, the most important thing I feel is that you can stand behind it. Like you do something that you stand behind. Like, and honestly, like with that being said, like when you're pre-recording something, I've heard stuff over the years, and you know, you can kind of tell, like when DJs, like, not to say that they're half-assing it, but you know, you can kind of tell that, I don't know, they could have done this a little tighter. To me, there's really no excuse of not actually putting something out there that is your absolute best in terms of your capabilities, because again, you're pre-recording it, you have all the time in the world. If it takes you 99 takes, it takes you 99 takes. But again, like you need to be able to, you know, like I said, stand behind it. You know, no one's, you know, in my crew for sure, like no one's putting out any material, you know, that they don't feel good about. And that's just kind of the way we roll. But yeah, as far as like an intro for a mixtape or a scratch intro, I'd say like, you know, I feel pretty confident. Like once you find that first kind of building block, you'll be able to kind of structure everything around that. So that's one of the biggest challenges for sure. But yeah, good luck with that, Goose Man. Wasabi's in here. All right. Yes, guys. So thank you, Silos. So yeah. So moving on. Wanted us to talk about a classic technique that we call the breakdown technique. So Silos just put up a download link in the chat. So if you guys can all grab that, there's a couple tools. We may or may not have time to get to both. But this is a classic technique that I first heard by the magnificent Jazzy Jeff, the one and only DJ Jazzy Jeff, and it was on Jazzy Jeff. Where are you? Yep. Boom, boom. Jazzy Jeff. It was on this album. This is their second album, or third album, I believe. He's the DJ, I'm the rapper, double LP. Came out, I think, in 87 or 88. But yeah, Jazzy Jeff flexed super hard on this album. And beyond that, like, you know, from a DJ's perspective, it's just a really dope hip hop album. This is, again, like in the late 80s, you know, when kind of like the golden era of hip hop was, you know, pretty much sample based. So just a lot of dope samples, a lot of really dope, you know, 80s hip hop production. And obviously, like classic duo, the Fresh Prince and Jazzy Jeff. So again, this is a double LP, and this this song is called Rhythm Tracks House Party Style. Let me cue it up for you guys so you don't. Okay. So again, this is something that Fresh Prince named in the song, called it Breakdown, right? So this is Jazzy Jeff using Jive Rhythm Tracks, and the name of the song is Rhythm Tracks House Party Style. So what's happening here in this record is that he's playing rhythm tracks, Jive Rhythm Tracks, which for those of you guys that don't know or weren't around for this, it's kind of an up-tempo, like 125 BPM. It's just an instrumental, right? But it's just the classic beat. A lot of DJs use this to scratch to, scratch over. People used to rock doubles. But Jazzy Jeff on this record created something that was dubbed the breakdown, and it goes like this.
Word! I'm telling you, this man cannot be taken. He can't be beaten. Don't keep on talking. All you DJs don't keep on talking. Jeff, this is what you do. Take that record from the top, right? Scratch it in right now, and I want you to do what's called a breakdown. Just break it down for him, right? Just start it with the music, and then cut the music out, and just break it down for him. Jeff, go ahead. Now break it down. Yeah, but you did it too fast, man. You got to do it a little slower this time. Or maybe no music. That's what we can do. Yeah, that's the ticket. That's the ticket. Hey, Jeff, just break it down with no music, right? Bring it in. Now break it down and then do it slow with no music so everybody can hear. Who isn't that special?
All right. You guys all catch that? Everybody hear what happened there? He was basically taking each beat in the track and breaking it down. And by breaking it down, you know, essentially what was happening there was he was applying a baby scratch to each note or each beat within, you know, a bar of music. So this, again, this is an up-tempo record. Rhythm Tracks is 125. So, you know, I've said this before, but when we're learning something new, we're trying to learn something new, I think it's always wise to just take our time. So if you guys all got that download link, everybody go ahead and upload or load up Impeach the President, which I believe is set at 95 BPMs. For those of you that do have our school record, this same tool is on our school record. And for those of you that are new, we do have a digital version available for you. So let me grab that on my side. Okay, and everybody go ahead and set your pitch control at 0, right, or lock. And I'm gonna do the same on my end here. Okay. All right. So, again, this is Impeach the President, and this is just a drum loop off of our school record. Beat Junkies Institute of Sound Training Wax, Volume 2, and it sounds like this. Right, so it's just a loop. But I want us to practice the breakdown technique using this record. Again, this is 95 BPMs, a world of difference, going to be much easier to digest, you know, compared to trying this at 125 BPMs at the Rhythm Tracks tempo. So again, what Jazzy Jeff was doing was he was taking each note within, let's just say, a bar to start, right? So in Impeach the President, I believe there's 8 notes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If we count all of the hi-hats and kind of the ands or the ups, like the 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, right? Again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, right? So he's taking 8 notes of music, right? And again, he's applying a baby scratch to each note, right? So it's going to sound like this. right, one more time. Okay, so if you notice, we're working with about almost a revolution and a half of real estate, right? One bar of music at this tempo 95 is going to take us from 12 all the way to 12 and then almost to 6, so about a revolution and a half. And again, we're catching each note, okay? And in this particular record, it's 8 notes, right? And we're breaking it down, right? We're using our baby scratch. No fader. We're not concerning ourselves with a fader. This is just an open fader technique for now, okay? We'll move into other ways that you can apply the breakdown technique. But again, we're just applying a baby scratch to each note. So we're catching, the first note is a release, right? And then the next note, which is a hi-hat, we're applying a baby scratch. That's going to carry us to the next note, which is the snare, baby scratch, to the next note, which is another and or up, another hi-hat, and then so on and so forth. Right? When you put them all together, it sounds like 5, 6, 7, 8. Right? So essentially what's happening there is we're taking one bar of music, and because we're breaking it down in quarter notes, it turns into 2 bars. Okay? So 5, 6, 7, 8, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, right? Again, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, right? Okay. You guys all follow that there? Hopefully that's not too much to digest out the gate. Throw me a 1 in the chat if you guys are all still with me on this. Not overly complicated, but again, because it might be relatively new to some of you, this could be or could require some more explanation. Let me know if you guys have any questions. Again, no such thing as a silly question in here ever, right? As pertains to the technique at hand. All right, good. You guys are all with me. All right, cool. All right, so let's try this just a cappella, right? I want us just to focus on, instead of going for the full 1 bar breakdown, let's just work with the first 4 notes, so a half bar, right? So we're just going to go, again, I'm starting at 12 o'clock off top. I'm going to be working with the first 4 notes, which is the kick, the hat, the snare, and then another hat, right? So these 4, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're going to break those down. 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, one more time. 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Why don't you guys take a minute? We call this lab time at the Beat Junkie Institute of Sound. I'll give you guys 1 minute just on your own. Go ahead and give that a try. Give that a couple attempts, and then we'll get into a drill altogether. So you guys go ahead and give that a try. Again, just focus on those first 4 notes. And timing and spacing is everything in this technique. If you guys remember on Jazzy Jeff's Rhythm Tracks House Party Style, he never missed a beat. And that was because the spacing and the timing that he used and his application on his strokes, when it came to the baby scratch, everything was consistent, right? It was consistent from baby to baby to baby, from beat to beat to beat, from note to note to note, and everything just flowed, seamlessly. So that's kind of what we're aiming for here, right? We want to keep everything consistent. Consistency is key, especially with a technique like this. So everybody take a minute. I'm gonna take a sip. You're not, Dantel, we're not pulling back the note, right? We're letting the note kind of fall where it does if you were to play it. And we're just applying a baby scratch, right? So if we were to let that first note, the 1, the kick drum play, we're going to release that, and then when the next note hits, which is the hi-hat, then we apply the baby scratch at the very instant that the hi-hat hits. So one more time. So I'm literally just doing a baby scratch to every note. That's the hi-hat, that's the snare, that's the next hat. So. That's it. All right, how are we doing with this? How's everybody doing with this one? Yes. First rub or first baby scratch, DJ Platform 204 asks, first rub is on the 2 beat, right? Yes, that is correct. Right. When we're releasing, when we're starting this, we're just releasing the 1, right? Which is, on this beat, it's the kick drum. It's the, right? And then release, and then after that, that's when we start to apply our baby scratches to each note following the main 1, the downbeat. All right. Play half speed. I was trying to do it slow right there by manually pausing it in between. Again, this is 95. It gets a little tricky. I actually kind of experimented with this at slower tempos, and when you start to get like the 70 BPM range, that's where you start to kind of run into a little bit of a tricky spot with the half-time, double-time concept, which is kind of, a whole other world. So I felt like this was kind of a safe tempo. But we can slow it down. We can slow this down to, if we go -8, what does that become? It comes about 87. So again, this is at 87 BPMs. So 5, 6, 7, 8. Keep going. Baby scratch each note. We can try it at 87. Okay. All right, you guys ready to try this over a beat? I think it'll start to come together for you guys. Sorry, hold on, my gardener's here. Hold on, let me close the window. All right, spare you guys the leaf blower. Okay, so where was I? Yeah, so like I was saying, I feel like it'll probably start to make more sense and come together a bit easier for everybody once we try this over a beat. So, you guys got this all queued up? Throw me some more beers in the chat. Let's take another sip and let's get into the breakdown. Salute to the one and only magnificent Jazzy Jeff. I personally learned so many scratches and techniques. I studied that album so closely growing up. There's so many things that even to this day are just mind-blowing, and again, the cool thing about these techniques, these classic techniques from kind of like that golden era, that late 80s to like early 90s era of hip-hop, is that these are things you don't really hear too much anymore, so it's nice to kind of just have these in your arsenal, and then when you start to learn the more modern day intermediate and advanced techniques, once you start fusing those two worlds together, it's over with. So don't sleep on these classic joints, for sure. All right, I'm seeing beers. Let's do it. All right, so, okay, so same thing, like with our warm-up drill, we're going to do a Q&A, right? So let's just do the 1-bar breakdown, right? So meaning the first 4 notes. So I'll just do 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4. You go 1, 2, 3, 4. Me, 1, 2, 3, 4. You, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? All right, so let's get the beat going. So go ahead and slow your pitch control to -8, which should bring you to about 87 BPMs. Pitch this up a little bit to get us kind of in the same pocket. All right. Okay, here we go. 5, 6, 7, 8. You. Me. Me. All along. You can lead off with a baby scratch if you need to. Feel free to add a baby scratch to that one. Might help you with your timing a little bit. Nice and clean. Go. Keep it going. Tighten it up. You guys got this. Simple. It's just a baby scratch spread out amongst 4 notes. Couple more. Come on. How'd that go for everybody? Let me know, guys. How did everybody do with that? Did it start to come together there? Get lost with the background beat. Shouldn't be getting lost. It's just a 1 bar of music. We're just going bar for bar. But yeah, if you're lost or if you're struggling still a little bit, then yeah, we'll just probably need to keep this going for another round or so. And I would suggest maybe kind of just getting a beat at this tempo at about 87, and just before you even attempt the breakdown, True Music Lightning, before you even attempt the breakdown, just kind of revisit basic music theory, right? So when we're playing the beat, just count along, right? 5, 6, 7, 8, 1. Oh, why didn't I play? 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, 4, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, 4, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4. 3, 2, 3, 4, 4, 2, 3, 4, and 1. Right? So again, just revisit basic music theory and just practice counting your beats, bars, and phrases, right? And that should help you take the next step in accomplishing the breakdown technique. Okay. So what do you guys say? Everybody good with this? Speed it back up now? All right. Yeah, we can do that. Before we speed it back up, let's go ahead and try this for the full bar of music. So again, that last drill, we were just breaking down the first 4 notes, right? Let's go for 8 now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So now that turns this into a 2-bar Q&A, right? So I'm going to break the first bar of music down for 2 bars, and then you're going to answer by breaking down that same first bar of music for 2 bars, right? So let's try that at this tempo, and then maybe we can kick it up to 95 BPM. B says, let's go. All right, let's do it. Take another sip. The breakdown. All right, here we go. Breakdown. Here we go. 5, 6, 2 bars. Go. Back to me. 7. 5, 6. Back to me. Keep it going. Come on. Go. 2, 2, 3, 4, and me. 2, 2, 3. Back Back to me. My turn. Come on, let's do a few more. Tighten it up. Let's go. Gardeners are loud as F. Come on, keep it going. Back to me. My turn. All right, good stuff, guys. All right, now let's try that. Let's try and kick that up a little bit. Let's kick it up. Let's go 4 bars. 4 bars, okay? Check it out. 5, 6, 7, 8. Go. Coming back to me. 5, 6, 7, 8. You're 4. Okay, me now. 5, 6, 7, 8. Go. Keep it up. Baby scratches each note. Consistent and clean. Okay, one more round. 5, 6. My turn. Go. And stop. All right. Stop. How everybody do with that? Let me know. You guys able to keep up? Everybody keep up? Again, it was kind of a slow progression working off of a half bar, then we did full bar, and then we went 2 bars. So essentially that doubles because we're breaking down each note, getting into a little bit of mathematics there. But that's essentially what was happening there. Let me know if you guys were good on that, and then we can try this at regular tempo. Yeah, getting there. Again, Jam DP says getting there. Yeah, again, guys, don't be uber disappointed in yourself if you're not like nailing stuff. Not just this, but anything that we're presenting to you guys out the gate. This is just like any other instrument, right? You're not just going to become a master. You're not going to like just nail. Sometimes you might, you know what I mean? Sometimes things just kind of come naturally to some of us, but a lot of times, I mean, using myself as an example, you got to work at this, right? So don't be disappointed. Don't get overly frustrated if you're not sticking it or it's not quite clicking, right, over a 10-minute, 15-minute drill, right? This is something that you guys are going to have to continually work on. We're just kind of showing you guys the means, we're providing you guys the tools, and we're kind of walking you through the technique. But it's up to you guys, in between homeroom episodes, to kind of like just use your own time and really practice. You guys can always, these are free. These live on YouTube. You guys can always go back and rewatch. I think this is episode 54 now, 55. You guys can go back and watch any of these episodes. You can drill with us. You can revisit any of the lessons. J-Rock taught an ill one the other night, classic Rodney O, or Joe Cooley, excuse me, off of DJs and MCs. He taught a pattern off of that. So you guys you're free to go back and just rewatch any of these. If you feel like, oh, you were confused on something, or I forgot this little piece, that's what these episodes are here for. So yeah, take what we're presenting to you, and again, you guys are going to have to work, right? You're going to have to work in between episodes to really get these down. So, all right. Yes, tomorrow. Thank you, Los. Tomorrow, This is on the weekends. I believe we're doing just one episode per day. But tomorrow we've got my man Babu, the turntablist himself. He's back with you guys at 2 p.m. So you guys don't want to miss that. Babs is always really great about these killer drills, the warm-up drills, and then he's always like just pitching us something on the intermediate or advanced tip. So yeah, you guys don't want to miss that one. That's tomorrow, Sunday, 2 p.m. PST. And then once again, we do have the Building Better DJs live podcast going down tomorrow on Zoom at 5 p.m. PST, and that's with the whole crew, with all 6 of us. And shout out to the other fellas too, the entire crew. So again, that's myself, Melo-D, J-Rock, Rhett Babu, Mr. Chalk, D Styles, the OG, DJ Curse, Icy Ice, DJ Symphony, DJ What, Peace to Havoc, Tommy Gunn, and Shortcut, of course. Yeah, 13. All right. Yeah, shout out to the whole crew, man. All right. So we say, do you guys want to, oh, wait, this has already been an hour. Yeah, maybe my time is up. You guys want to try and run through this real quick at 95 BPM? Or you guys all good with the couple drills we just did? Let me know. I'm still here. I got nowhere to go. Except call Domino's and order a pizza. Yeah, let's do it. All right. All right, yeah, let's do it. Let's do it, man. All right, so again, we're going to use the same impeach, but everybody go ahead and put your pitch controls at 0 or hit your reset button. I'll hit my reset button, which locks us in. And let me readjust the tempo of the click track. All right. So we'll have to go, let's see. Okay. All right, so let's go for the full 4 bars like we were just doing, right? I feel like we're nice and warmed up. And so same thing, I'll lead and you guys follow, and we'll just go 4 bars. All right, here we go. Again, this is the breakdown technique made famous by the one and only DJ Jazzy Jeff. 6, 7, 8, and go. Back to me. 7, 8, and your turn. Again, keep those baby scratches well timed and consistent. Okay, back to me. Keep it going. Come on, I know it's starting to come together. This is basic, right? There's multiple steps. You guys got it. 5, 6, my turn. Come on. Here we go. Go. My turn. Go. Three and 4 and stop. All right. How did everybody do there? Everybody get it? Let me know. Merkle Machine, let's do it with Jive Rhythm Track. Yeah, again, that's kind of why I wanted to. That was kind of what threw me for a loop. Because I learned off of Jive Rhythm Tracks. I actually had, I won't pull out the record, it's all the way over there. But yeah, I had 2 copies of Jive Rhythm Tracks. And so when I heard Jazzy Jeff do it, again, this is long before the internet and before there were, kind of resources online or resources period. So I had to just be able, first and foremost, to dissect what he was doing by ear. And then once I kind of figured it out, like that was a really big hurdle for me just to try and get over it at that tempo. Yeah, it's tough. So that's something that, again, maybe Mirko, you're ready to try. I don't have the Rhythm Tracks tool available to share with you guys, but we can probably do that on a future episode. But for those of you guys that do have Jive Rhythm Tracks, yeah, throw on 2 copies. Throw on 1 copy, the instrumental, and just break down the other one on the other side. See if you can keep up. But the cool thing, just to kind of leave you guys with the tidbit here. Again, so that last breakdown technique, we were applying the baby scratch, right? Open fader, no fader at all. But again, we can apply all of our other scratches, right? So to kind of show you guys where you can take this, so let's apply another one of our foundation scratches. Let's apply a release, right, to the breakdown technique. So again, release is what? Using the fader to turn the sound on and off, right? So again, same thing. 5, 6, 7, 8. Right? So that's the release. And then what if we mixed the 2 up? We took the baby and the release and we combined them. 5, 6, 7, 8. Right? So again, endless combinations you can do with this technique, right? And you can apply this to pretty much any song, anything that's, for the most part, 4/4, 4 on the floor, so to speak. So again, hope you guys enjoyed that. That was definitely a big leap for me when I was learning as a DJ in the late 80s. And again, shout out to Jazzy Jeff for, putting this on a record for all of us to listen to and enjoy and study from and learn from. And something you don't hear a whole lot of, right? I can't remember the last time I heard this on a record or at a gig or in a battle or anything like that. But again, you can apply, like I said, the baby, you can apply the release, you can apply the chirp, you can apply the stab, you can apply your flares for the more advanced guys. So yeah, it goes on and on and on. And that's what's great about scratching, once you have 10 scratches, let's say, in your arsenal, right? That's 100 combinations, 100 combos you can do 10 times 10, right? That's just kind of what do you call that? Not numerology. Combinatrix. Thank you. Combinatrix. For all my mathematicians out there. So yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Let me know if you have any questions. If not, you've been checking out Homeroom. Thanks again for rocking with us, and a big shout out to everybody. Thank you so very much once again for all of your kind contributions. Again, totally unexpected, but very well received on our end. We really, really deeply appreciate that. It just really goes to show the love and support you guys have for all of us, the Beat Junkies, and what we're doing. And again, we're trying to just do the best that we can right now to just kind of continue the spirit of the Beat Junkie Institute of Sound during this downtime. So again, shout out to all you guys, and very special thanks. And special thanks to everybody, donations or not, just for tuning in, rocking with this. We hope that you're getting some value, some artistic value out of these lessons that we're doing. And like I said, it's really been helping us on our side as well, just keeping us on the decks a lot. It's got us thinking about the game a lot, thinking about our instruments and how to bring some new, cool, creative ways to share with you guys about our beloved craft. So thank you guys once again. Where was I over here? What happened? There we go. All right. So let me know if you have any questions, guys. Be happy to answer as best I can. Dontel says, saving questions till Thursday. All right, yeah, I'll see you Thursday, Dontel. Absolutely. B, Fat Body Salami. Yeah, man, how do I only... Man, See, that's what happens when you stop drinking. Maybe that's a good thing, you know. I haven't been drinking much, so one beer, I'm kind of a lightweight now. Although I will say this, your boy did go a little overboard last Saturday. I got a little too tipsy. I lost count after a certain number. You know, paid the price the next day a little bit, but you know, that's how it goes. You know, adults, we're human. Sometimes we don't make the greatest decisions in the world, but I had a great time. I paid the price a little bit the next day, but it's all good. Woof puff. Yes, you're welcome. Thank you. Thanks for tuning in every episode. Keith Garcia, peace to you. Yes, thank you once again. Yes, thank you. Silos, love beats, says more practice. All right, yep, there you go. He says more practice, not questions. I like that. That should be a t-shirt, actually. More practice, not questions. We're talking about practice. Rock on. Yes, you're welcome. Thank you. All right. Russell McKinney says, these are things I was never taught, so I am loving it. All right, cool. All right, glad to hear that. As long as you had fun, yeah, I did be. Yeah. Oh, dude, you can't handle your liquor, yeah. I don't drink as much, so. Yeah, what I do last Saturday, we had a little beer party on my neighbor's lawn across the street. I got a pretty cool group of neighbors. We just moved to a new community about a year ago, and yeah, my neighbors are pretty cool. They're pretty fun. So we kicked it on my neighbor's lawn. Practice social distancing, of course. We set out our lawn chairs and yeah, kicked it for, I don't know, several hours till about midnight, and then we called it a night. But yeah, it was fun. It's good. It's good to still be social. All right. Running like this whole day. Yeah, yep, exactly. I'm going to be doing a lot of running. Keep drinking. Let's keep going. You guys want to keep going? Keep going. Save some of that beer, yeah. Rock On asks, Melo, do you think practicing with 45s helps build hand control more? Yes, you know what? That's a great point. It absolutely does. I'd say it's part hand control, but I'd say it's more 45s will definitely, you guys, that's a great question for J-Rock and Rhythmatic. They play a lot more 45s than I do. I used to do a lot of, not a lot, but I would do 45 gigs, I guess, regularly. But lately, I still have a pretty decent collection here, but I haven't done too much in terms of live. But 45s, I think what's most important with 45s is it demands, it commands you to develop a different touch, right? Like for me, right? I tend to be pretty heavy-handed, especially when I'm scratching, especially using Serato because it's, you know, skipless. So I can just pretty much just put in as much pressure, apply as much pressure as I want. With 45s, again, number one, it's vinyl. Number two, they're 45s, so they're a fraction of the weight that we're accustomed to with 12 inches. So when you're doing things like back cueing, if you're attempting to loop, like rock doubles, you know what I'm saying, like a 2-bar loop or whatever, going back and forth, there's several things you have to be mindful of. So number one, most important, I feel, is the touch. The amount of pressure you put on the record. You almost have to really, really feather the records and finesse them like super nicely in order for them to cooperate with you and for them not to skip. The other thing is when you're back cueing, because you're working with now a smaller diameter, right, 7 inches as opposed to 12, you don't have this exterior space, right, where you could, you know what I'm saying, like back cue the record. And now you're kind of working with the label, there's an adapter there. So again, that's another thing you kind of have to be conscious of. You have to be a lot more delicate when you're back cueing, you know. So those are the two main things that I feel, you know, you really need to kind of adjust to. And then beyond that, scratching, obviously the same things apply. You need to be lighter handed. You can't just like, you know, put in crazy amounts of pressure and just like be as really dramatic and exaggerated with your strokes. You can't be going from like 9 o'clock to like 12 or like 1:30 because, you know, unless you have like a really, really durable 45, like 9 times out of 10, they're just gonna jump on you. So, but yeah, for those of you guys that are interested in 45s, yeah, go check out any of J-Rock sets on YouTube if he's got material out there. Rhythmatic, go watch, you know what's a good one is go watch, shout out to Cut Chemist and DJ Shadow. Go check out Brain Freeze if there's some clips of Brain Freeze or any of the, I think they did 3 tours all of them together. Those are the homies right there. Go check out Shadow and Cut Chemist. Those dudes are super scientists with the 45s. Super scientists. Go watch. I've been watching a lot of DJ battles lately. Go check out the Cuttin' Crew. Shout out to DJ Noise and his crew out of, I believe, is it Denmark or Norway? I'm kind of drawing a blank on where they're from right now. But go check out the Cuttin' Crew. DJ Noise, I believe it was the 94 DMC World Finals. What they used to do was, these guys were, they pretty much, how do I say, kind of orchestrated the whole concept of wordplay, right? I know you guys like hear a lot about that and maybe see a lot of guys doing it like now in the clubs and on IG, but like these guys were doing this 25 years ago using records. And they had this really ill technique where if they had a 45 or if they had two 12 inches, and because this was before cue pointing and all that, they had to manually, you know what I mean, like take their needle and physically find the spot in the actual record so they could drop their phrase or, you know, flex their cut, whatever it was. These guys would take two 12 inches, right? And so they would, just as for the sake of saving time to like take off one 12 inch and put the next one on, they would stack two 12-inch records, right? And if the phrase was like over here, it would literally cut the record, right? They would literally cut the record. So like it would turn into a 45. They had access to the phrase. And then if they had another phrase that was over here on the record underneath it, this is actually pretty genius. They didn't have to do anything. They could just like rock the phrase and then boom, just move the needle, find the phrase right there. And then when they were done with both records, they take those two off and then put on the next set of two. And yeah, go check out the Cuttin' Crew. Some really, really inventive techniques like early on. We're talking like mid-90s. So yeah, pretty genius stuff. So, all right. Rock on says thank you. Yes, you're welcome. No, thank you guys. Yes, Rhett does kill it with the 45s. Yep, Rhett and Jay. They beast the 45 sets. I haven't seen, when's the last time I saw Jay? Jay did a, man, I don't know if I want to tell that story. I might hurt some people's feelings, but I saw my boy put on a, dude, they weren't ready for Jay's 45 set one night. I'll just say that. Jay was on a bill with some heavy hitters one night. This was, I don't know, 5-6 years ago, out here in Los Angeles at a legendary venue. And yeah, I think my boy got dry hated on a little bit because he came on, he was on for about 12-15 minutes. Just he brought too much smoke for him. They weren't ready. They weren't ready for it. Yeah. Go check out, man. My boy's nasty with the 40. Jay's nasty with the 45s. But all right, guys, I'm done yapping. Sorry, hour and a half episode here. But thank you guys once again for tuning in. We'll see you guys back. Make sure and check out Babu tomorrow at 2 o'clock. And yeah, if you guys are around 5 p.m. tomorrow, PST, we'll be doing the live edition of Building Better DJs, right? So again, I'm Melo-D. This is Homeroom. This has been episode 9. And thank you guys for tuning in. See you guys back soon. And this episode was sponsored by... Who was it sponsored by? Tell them. Cheers, everybody. Enjoy your Saturday. I'm out.
Blue moon, 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 blue moon. Dip, 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 bomb, 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 dang, 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 ding, and on, ding, blue moon, blue moon. Dip, 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 moon, 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 blue moon. Dip, 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 moon, 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 blue moon. Dip, 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 bomb, 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 dang, 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 ding, and on, ding, blue moon, blue moon. Dip, 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 moon, 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 blue moon. Dip, 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 moon, 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 blue moon. Dip 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 bomb ba bomb ba bomb ba bomb bomb ba bomb ba bomb for dang 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 for ding dong ding. Blue moon.